Addictions. Yes, I'm smoking again. I was not successful in quitting entirely. I apologize, but honestly, I think it's kind of a clever niche considering nobody else smokes in their YouTube videos. But I will quit eventually, I promise. But in any case, it's a pretty good adjunct to what we're dealing with here. Addiction, primarily, in principle. Speaking to some of the flaws, I'm a flawed person. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I don't anticipate ever being perfect, and I mean, if I were, then I probably wouldn't be here, right? But nobody's perfect. I'm flawed. I want to speak to some of the flaws in society, though, because lately everybody's been having trouble, and my roommate's freaking out, and I'm freaking out. My cat's in trouble. He's in trouble. My mom's in trouble. Everybody's in trouble. People I talk to online, they're all in trouble, and everybody's having this same issue, this anxiety disorder. I've had a few people block me lately. I spoke to that already, I think, because, the topic of inquiry that we were speaking to, I guess, freaked them out, so they blocked me, and they stated that it wasn't my fault this time, but, I mean, they told me they were afraid of speaking about this topic, yet they contacted me. Whatever. But the point is that we were warned, like at least 10-15 years ago. We got a very clear message from the God presence, as it were, in the form of a book conveniently called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And this is a book they mentioned very clearly. It said that we were on the road to being screened out of reality, literally. And look at where we are. I mean, I love the internet, don't get me wrong. It's become my entire life since I started this a couple years ago. I actually got on the internet, started using it. It's become my entire life. I love it so much. It's allowed for me to express myself and to demonstrate myself. It's allowed for me to reach people and share messages. It's allowed for me to build the communities that we're building, which the initiative is doing very well, by the way. We've acquired a few new groups, smaller groups just starting out, but one of which has a director who actually owns a plot of land, and he's looking for something to do with it, which, of course, we were looking for a plot of land to build our rec center, so we're negotiating on that. It might work out. But, we've acquired other groups that are very excited, overtly excited about the initiative's progression, and are very, raring to go to work with us going into the future. And they know the plan, they've got it all down, we're all in sync. However, I should like to speak to the directive. If any of the directive members are watching, where the fuck are you guys? It's been like 5 months, maybe like a few days, but seriously, you guys are absent. I need you guys to step up your fucking game. Don't give up. Don't give up, that's all. If things don't seem to be working out, it's likely because it's cold outside, which spring is breaking. The great storm has passed. We are getting the better weather now. It's gonna be better soon, and things are gonna chipper up. Watch, we're in a down cycle, but we're gonna get an up cycle. And honestly, on my end, where I'm at, I'm out here busting my ass, dude. I'm trying to find work. I did lose that factory job because I'm a dickhead, but they replaced me with robots. They replaced my entire crew with robots. Like, seriously. And then now, I'm trying to find work, and I gotta go on the internet to do it. You can't get work, you can't, I'm missing the good old days where you could walk into a place if you needed work, and you could talk to the manager, and you could, work things out, do an application there, and get things done. Now, you can't do anything at all without using the internet, and it's become, it was a valuable asset that we made use of at first, but now it's become more like an addiction that we can't break. That we now absolutely require this internet in order to accomplish anything at all, and that's not good. We're reliant upon something that, for all we know, very well could fail at any given point in time. I mean, if we do have a strong enough solar flare or whatnot, knock out our grid, whatever the case, if we lose this technology, we're fucked right now. We're entirely reliant upon this technology. And don't get me wrong, as I stated, it's a beautiful device, it's a connection for everybody, it's wonderful, I love it, but we can't allow ourselves to be entirely dependent upon this. You know, I went to fill out an application just a few moments ago, actually, and I give it all my information. I give it my resume, which obviously my resume is extensive. I mean, like I said, you used to be able to walk into any place and get a job, and I ran through jobs like candy. I mean, I always lose a job because I'm a dickhead, and I'm invested in other things. But I'm gonna work on that, and I'm gonna make it work this time. If anybody's in the Cleveland area or knows of anything around the Cleveland area, I could sure use some help with that. I'm a hard worker. I'm trustworthy. I'm honest. I'm consistent. And I'm going to do my very best to not neglect things anymore. And you know, I'm gonna do my best to focus on the work from here on rather than the extracurriculars. The initiative can handle itself for the most part. It's raring to go. I have other directors in play. Everything's cool now. So yeah, if anybody does know about work in the Cleveland area, help brother out. Anybody who knows me, who's working with the directive or has worked with me in any way, you know damn well that I will go far out of my way to help you guys in any way I can. So if anybody out there can help me in any way, I'd really appreciate it. But in any case, I fill out the application, I put in my resume and everything, and I get to the end of it, and there's no finish button. There's no send button. So I can't send it. Like, I just filled it out for no reason, and I'm stuck on this fucking page. And that's like, obviously, I mean, I'm getting, and then I go to apply for other jobs, and there's this, it directs me to this third-party site where I don't know if I'm actually sending my application to the place anymore. I'm sending it to a recruitment, you know, like a job search engine. At what point, the job search engines, I think, they don't actually search for work for you unless you pay them, because there's going to be a free tier and then there's going to be a paid membership tier. Now, my father told me a long time ago, if you ever have to pay to get a job, it's a fucking scam. And that's what I think these job search engines are doing. I think that they're, you know, you have to pay them or they're not really going to do anything for you, because they haven't done shit for me in years. I've been using these things. I have the apps on my phone. It's not working out. Now, I wanted to speak to another issue in regards specifically to the Cleveland area, but to everywhere. You know, obviously, I'm in the Family Dollar earlier, and I overhear these people behind me. They're talking about there's too much bad shit going on. You know, the neighborhood's getting bad, and this dude says there's too many crime shows on the television. I say, dude, there's too many crimes in the fucking street, and he says, you know, that's right, and that's how it's getting. And the cashier jumps in. He says, yeah, people are getting nasty out there. I told him, you know, I got jumped the other night, and that's like, I've had people attack me every now and then, and you know, for the most part, I mean, they hurt me usually, but I fended them off pretty well. Hurt one guy really bad. I kind of still feel bad about that. I mean, I hit him really hard, but they were people that were jumping me because they had a reason to. Like, they were after me because some, you know, enemy of mine had sent them in some way. But I've never actually been mugged for money before like that. And it's like, you know, I told the cashier, growing up in this area, used to be, people tended to look out for each other. Clevelanders tended to look out for each other. Any Clevelanders out there watching, get in play, dude. Step up your fucking game. You guys are letting shit slip. Spread kindness. Teach people to be, you know, good to each other. Don't let shit fall like this, you know. I told that cashier on the spot. He said, no, nowadays it's every man for himself. I said, we're going to change that. And we are. But we can't give up. No matter how bad things may look, you cannot fucking give up. You need to keep in play, keep at it, be consistent, and we will be successful, I promise. Just don't fucking drop out, don't run away. Now, I see this happening, you know, me being attacked in the streets, other people being attacked in the streets, these mass shootings. This is, I don't know how else to say this except that, you know, the conspiracy theorists are correct. There is social programming in play that's causing this to happen, and we are literally being screened out of reality. We've come to a point where, you know, the internet is the world that we live in, and you know, our telephone is everything. I experience this myself. I love Liara. I can't get off of her. It's all I do. Work on the internet. And like I said, I'm simultaneously searching for jobs and working with you guys. I'm working with hundreds of people at a time. I'm moving really fast. It's pretty cool. But, you know, I actually got some kind of a boost from getting my head beat in. But it's still, it's a tool that can be used to do good. But if it becomes an addiction, then we have a problem. And if it becomes an addiction for an individual person, that's one case. But if it becomes an addiction for an entire society, then we are on the verge of failure. Because if we lose this, we're done. Now that's something we need to think about, something we need to work on. I don't know precisely how to work on it, but I think everybody's got an idea, and if we put the pieces together, we can puzzle it up. In any case, that's pretty much what I have to say right now, except that, you know, that the directive needs to get in play, dude. We need to get the initiative. The purpose here behind us building the new directive was to jumpstart the initiative. We did that. It started working for a little while, and then you guys disappeared. And like I said, it could have been, I don't know, it could have been maybe a week ago that you guys disappeared. I don't know for sure. It seems like a long time to me, but you know, maybe you guys just stepped out for a minute to smoke a cigarette or something, but you guys need to get back and play. Casey, I'm looking for you. Where are you at? You know, Kelly, you guys need to get into play. That's one thing. B, this internet thing. Let's try to promote people, you know, actually, like, I call places and I'm talking to a fucking robot, you know, anymore. I can't call anywhere, get anything done without working with some kind of a machine that doesn't understand what I'm looking for, trying to accomplish. It doesn't understand who I am or what I'm doing. It's just a machine, and this is a very troublesome endeavor. I think that we should all be sticking up for, you know, I think pro-reality, you know, for the most part. I mean, the internet's a fantastic tool. Let's make use of it. These phones are awesome, but let's not lose ourselves in them entirely. And see the violence and the freaking out. That's anticipated. It's going to happen because of what's the transformation that's occurring, that worldwide kundalini. People, you know, people starting to get these panic disorders all over the place. That's a part of it. It's the alteration that's transpiring. It's the change that's happening. But, you know, that's something that we were or should have been prepped for. We weren't. It seems we didn't really get there. We're not fully prepared for it, but we should have been. And it's not difficult, honestly. Something, if we work on it together, if we get together and we say, you know, just every day find at least one person to do something good for, to uplift and to promote kindness and goodness. Just that's what I'm going to ask about that. If you have any violent tendencies or thoughts or anything like that, you need to step the fuck up to the plate, and you need to block those out and say, fuck you, that's not who I am. And then go out and find somebody, anybody, one person each day, just one person to help out. Or jump on the page and post something kind, you know, promoting kindness or promoting service and purpose. Just motivate. Just do anything one time a day, and let's see what that can do. Anyway, love you guys. That's pretty much all I've got to say right now. I'm using a crock pot, so I don't really get to cook much, but I get to chop a few things up. In any case, again, love you guys. Keelah, Taerve, siari, Namasté. Also, for the new group, the people that are working with the new group, the one primary group, that the hub for the other ones that we've acquired is the collective, or the United Continents of Earth, I think it's called. Maybe the United Continents of the world, but United Continents of Earth, I think. I'll try to post a link for it. This is a fantastic idea. The title is amazing, and I love it. It's going to work out, and the director's on board fully. So hello to that person, the director of the United Continents of Earth. If you're watching, I'm really looking forward to kicking ass with you. We're going to do some good, man. We gotta keep at it. Just don't drop the ball. That's all. You know, I had that dream about dropping the ball. If you ever seen that video, that's pretty much, that sums it up. That dream sums up everything that we're doing and the purpose behind it. Don't drop that ball. Keep in play. Keep kicking ass. Keep being excellent. Just promote kindness and goodness, and do whatever you can to do that. You know, it doesn't have to be just one person a day. Go for several. If you can do more, do more. But do at least one. Help out or be kind to or do something good for one person a day, and see if that doesn't make you feel better about yourself. Ultimately, see if it doesn't make a positive change in your environment. Again, love you guys. Keelah, Taerve, siari, Namaste.